Hi, everybody. I'm going to take my oxygen off so I don't freak anybody out. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Uh, so it's only 7:30 a.m., 7:33 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So I have to change the time I broadcast because of my cancer treatments. I missed yesterday, and I thought, wait, I'll just broadcast at a different time. So I think it doesn't matter because you get it live at this time, but you can watch it anytime you want, right? I mean, it's on YouTube and it's on Facebook for 30 days. So I think the time doesn't matter, but let me know. Please, please, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I want everybody to know that you can still smile. I want to spread this smile so you can still find something to be happy at. You look at, I have stage 3 cancer, I have emphysema, I can barely breathe, I'm having treatments, but I'm still happy. So spread the word. Where does God live? That's what I'm reading today, you guys. This is Hope. She's a lot like you. Uh-huh. She loves her puppy in the color blue. She likes to laugh and play and sing, but asking questions is her favorite thing. Where does the sun go? Why does it rain? Why don't snowflakes all look the same? There were so many things Hope wanted to know, such as how many colors in a rainbow? Hope didn't know that. You know, right? 7. She'd ask her friends and her mom and dad, her grandmother Rose, and her big brother Brad, the mailman, the grocer, and nice Mrs. Ying. She'd ask anyone about any old thing. I can't believe it doesn't give the answer there. It will. One day, a new question popped into her head. She asked her mom, who was making the bed, where does God live? You ever asked that question? Where does God live? Does God live nearby? Hope God lives up in heaven, way up in the sky. Wow. God lives everywhere. Anyway. No, but Hope hadn't heard about heaven before, but she knew she wanted to learn a lot more. So she went to the meadow to have a few words with sweet Mrs. Peep, her favorite bird. Have you ever seen heaven way up in the sky? Have you ever seen God when you fly far and high? I've seen clouds and stars and skies of blue, the moon and rainbows and lightning too. I've never seen heaven though. I've flown far and near, but the sky is so lovely. God has to live here. Hope thanked Mrs. Peep and went down to the stream to see Mr. Frog, who was chubby and green. You see me okay? Where does God live? She asked Mr. Frog. He looked up and smiled as he sat on his log. Look at the flowers, the wide open spaces, the trees and the butterflies, these beautiful places. To me, this is almost like heaven, you see. That's how I know that God lives with me. All of a sudden, and quick as a flash, Mrs. Fish jumped up and came down with a splash. No, that's not true. That can't really be. I know that God lives in the stream here with me. This crystal blue water is lovely, I know. God lives here with me in the waters below. Hope thanked her friends and went on her way to hear what her grandmother might have to say. Her grandma was wise and her heart very pure, and she'd know the answer of that, Hope was sure. Does God live in heaven or down by the stream? Does God live in the water or is God a dream? Tell me, where does God live? I really must know. Oh, please, won't you tell me, sweet Grandma Rose? I have to put my oxygen back on, sorry. Her grandmother smiled as grandmothers can, and softly she reached out for Hope's little hand. I know you're confused, and I'm glad you came. Now listen real close, and I'll try to explain. You know, God made everything, seen and unseen. The wind, the sun, and the meadows of green, flowers and stars and oceans of blue, trees, birds, rocks, and all people too. And when God makes a person, a star, or a wave, a part of God stays with whatever God's made. So God lives in the sky and in the meadow of the stream. God lives everywhere, and God's not a dream. God lives in the frogs and the birds and in you. When you're looking for God, it's easy to do. God lives in all things that you see, hear, or touch. God lives in all people. God's in each one of us. And when you meet people who are loving and good, they're letting God out just as everyone could. And if you meet people who seem hateful or bad, they've forgotten God's here, and that makes God sad. God is gentle and loving and cares for us all. God gives us the strength to get up when we fall. God is always around to help us find truth, whether we're old or still in our youth. God's your best friend. Hope God really cares. So make sure every day to take time for your prayers. How should I pray, Grandma? What should I say? I want God to hear me. What's the best way? Her grandmother hugged her and said, Precious you, speak from your heart. Hope. It's easy to do. Tell God your wishes, your fears, and your dreams. Then thank God for all your favorite things and ask God to guide you in all that you do. And be thankful for all the love God sends to you. Hope kissed Grandma Rose and went on her way. She had no more questions, at least for that day. And on her way home, she saw God in all things, in the clouds and the flowers and a nice Mrs. Yang. And later that night, when Hope went to bed, she closed her eyes slowly and bowed down her head. Dear God, thank you so much for this wonderful day. Thanks for the friends who showed me the way. Please help me tomorrow in all that I do, and don't forget, God, how much I love you. So you see, God is everywhere, in everything and in me, within me. And God is in the people you don't like. And God is in the really bad people doing bad things today. They just have closed the door. They've shut off the truth. They've shut, like a house with many doors, and some are locked and some are open. You can lock your front door, your back door. You know how you can lock your doors anytime you want, but you can also unlock your doors. So a lot of people out there have locked the door to God. They've locked the door to their higher good, but you don't have to. You can open your door. See, God is there even if things don't go your way. Once I asked one of my teachers, how come I've been praying every day to God, but nothing's going my way? There's no God. God doesn't love me because nothing goes my way. And my teacher said, no, God loves you very much. And that's why nothing's going your way. You see, because God knew better than me. And I was always making bad decisions for myself. So when I gave it to God, guess what? I started making better decisions. Better things have started happening for my good. It doesn't mean bad things never happen. No. But bad things happen to me good. God, yeah. So that's it for today. And I'm going to start doing the broadcast every day at 7:30 a.m. Or try that. But again, it doesn't matter. You can find me somewhere. Sorry about yesterday. Have a beautiful day. Bye.